want to share with everyone how I went from 110 pounds to 195 pounds. Excuse me. Now, if you look at my hair, right, I'm this small, skinny, shy, goofy-looking kid, right? There's nothing to me. My BMI is 17.2. I was that kid that could eat everything and anything they wanted, and I couldn't put on weight to save my life, right? My metabolism was through the roof, and it said, hey, gain weight, not going to happen for you. Not today. So, and that's how it went for me starting out, growing up. I joined the gym at 18, right out of high school, and like I said, I was 110 pounds. Now, I had a little bit of experience behind me. I did wrestling in sophomore year for a little bit. I was terrible at it. Got my butt kicked by this one girl, I remember. Her name was Cinnamon, and she weighed about 20 more pounds than me, right? I was at the bottom of my weight class. I was, sophomore year, I think I was sitting about 100 pounds. And she was at the top of the class, which I think was either 115 or 120. I think it was 120. I could be wrong, but regardless. So I did that. And then senior year, I moved up and did some track. You know, I was built like a runner. That was the kind of build I had. I was a good sprinter, real fast stuff. So I have a little bit of a basis for working out when I first joined the gym. But I'm still new to it, right? I didn't look up videos. I didn't watch all the YouTube people back then. I mean, I don't even remember if YouTube was back then. It might have been. I don't know. I really don't. My brain doesn't know. But, you know, nowadays you got people like Greg Doucette, Seth Feroci, you know, and you got a bunch of other people. Those are the two main ones I like watching. But there's a ton of other good ones out there. Go watch them. If you're looking for just good fitness influencers in general, you know, who's big right now? Jesse James West, Will Tennyson, all them. Go watch them. Great videos, great stuff, inspirational, you know. Check it out. Funny stuff too, you know. Good. Anyways, getting off track here. So, I have like I said, I didn't watch all those videos. I went into the gym. I was, you know, sitting here trying to read the side of the machines and, you know, like read and how to sit and how to adjust the weights, and, you know, that's where I started. And I remember one time I was in the gym. I was on the Smith machine. This was back before they remodeled it, so that's how long ago it was, because the remodel was like 15 years ago. Been a long time. But I was working out. I was on the Smith machine. I had two 45-pound plates on each side, and I think I was doing reps of 3. But for me, that was heavy, right? You're talking 110-pound small guy. I mean, it's a Smith machine. I don't know the conversion. All right, I'm not going to pretend to know the conversion. What the Smith machine actually weighs? What is that? Like 80, 120 something? I don't remember. Right? Someone correct me. Someone do the weight. What's the Smith machine with 245? You can do it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I can't do it right now. You think I'd know this, but I don't. And anyways, there was two guys, and I could hear them snickering. They were on the Smith machine beside me, and they were snickering. And I remember hearing one guy go, looking over, and they were looking over, and one guy goes, girls can lift more than that. Which, they're using that to poke fun at me, right? But let's be real, right? Girls can lift more than that. There are very strong women out there, right? So yes, there are plenty of girls, I'm sure, that can lift more than that. So is that technically an insult? Not really, but that's the way they were meaning it. So, but did I give up? Did I listen to them? No, of course not, right? I kept going. I'm still going to this day. I'm not going to let people like that stop me, and you shouldn't either. But I just thought I'd share that, you know. I mean, obviously everyone has those stories, but like I said, I had people poking fun at me. I mean, I've had other people who, poked fun, called me chicken legs, all the stuff. I'm sure everybody that works out probably hears if you have someone that is a hater. you know what I'm talking about. They'll look for any insult they can use against you, even if it's accurate or not. It doesn't matter, right? Whatever they can do to put you down, make themselves feel good. It's what people do. Don't listen to them. They hate themselves more than they hate you. I just want to throw that out there for some of the newer people that might be watching. Yeah. Don't worry about the naysayers. Do what makes you happy. If lifting makes you happy, go lift. I don't care if you're skinny, overweight, muscle bound. It doesn't matter. Short, tall. Who cares? If you love it, go do it. You tell that other guy to get... Probably shouldn't be that rude, but depends on the situation, right? Anyways, we're getting off topic. Back on topic. The heck? That wasn't me. But yeah, so that's how it went for a while. Just going in the gym, going through the motions, learning my proper form, learning what weights kind of work good with me, what I can do. Nothing too crazy. All right, so let's skip ahead 9 years. Now I am 155 pounds, 27 years old. And, we put on about 45 pounds of muscle in that time frame, which... is that bad? No, not at all, right? Actually, that's relatively good. And why do I say that? Say my newbie gains count for the first year, right? And just say hypothetically, I put on 20 pounds in that first year. That leaves 25 pounds of muscle over 8 years. And if you do the math on it, if I'm not mistaken, there's about 3 pounds of muscle a year. Now, 3 pounds of muscle a year is amazing, right? If you're putting on 3 pounds of muscle consecutively every year, that's amazing. I know there's people out there that can do have transformation videos, right? And, whether it took them a year, 2 or 3 years, they put on way more than I did in that amount of time, right? And that's fine. Congratulations to them. That's awesome that they did that, right? Does that mean what I did was not amazing because they did it so much faster? No, that is not what it means at all, right? So don't think your progress is terrible by comparing it with someone else's. Everybody goes at a different speed, regardless whether it's working out, work in general, anything, right? It doesn't matter. Some people are good, some people are better, some people do it okay. And you go at your own pace, right? It's you against you. It's not you against everybody else in the world. So the fact I didn't do this in a year or 2 years doesn't make it any less amazing than it is. Right? I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm just putting a perspective on it for the average person, right? The person that has, I'm not trying to say it like this, but, has a life. They have to work 40 hours a week. They have family. They have other obligations, right? They don't have all this time to put in the gym constantly, and that's all they do. You do what you got time for, right? You put your priorities straight. I work a 40-hour-a-week job now. Now I do. I have a family. I have, spend time with family, go to work. There are other responsibilities I have other than going to the gym and working out. So even though I love going to the gym and working out, it is a third priority, right? Family, work come first, gym comes, second or third, however you want to word it. But you understand what I'm saying. So you fit it in where you find time, right? I used to work out more at nighttime back in the day. Now that I have a family and everything, I have to, if I want to work out more than a few times a week, I have to go early mornings, right? So you make time for it. If you love it and you're dedicated, you make the time. What you see on, Instagram, YouTube, on how quick other people did it, doesn't make it any less amazing, Don't think you're doing, I'm doing so terrible by comparing yourself with anybody, right? Like I said, it's you versus you. Are you doing better than you? Don't worry about what Joe Schmo's doing over here, right? That doesn't matter. That shouldn't affect you at all. So anyways, like I was saying, at this point I put on 45 pounds of muscle, and as you can see, it's quite a difference. I mean, I was skinny before, but now I'm skinny with some muscle, and I'm looking pretty lean in these photos. So at this point, what changed, right? How'd I go from the 110 to now 155? Well, like I said, I was doing everything I told you guys before. But at this point, now we're learning more about calories in, calories out, right? We're learning more about calories in, calories out. We are learning different workout techniques, progressive overloading, which is, say, every week. Sorry. No, jeez. Right, different workout techniques. So, like progressive overload. What's that? That is when, say, this week I went and I did bench press for 100 pounds, right? Next week I'm on bench press for 105 or 110. Week after that I'm going to push for 115. Right, so you're constantly, slowly upgrading the weight every week. Or the other thing you could do is, if I did 10 reps at 100 this week, maybe I do 12 at 100 next week, and then 14 at 100 the week after, you know what I mean? So you're doing something to constantly progress. I mean, it's in the name, right? Progressive overload. The other thing, let's see, what else we got? We got pyramids you can throw in. I like throwing them in at the end of a workout. So you go through, you do your workout, and then at the end, what I'll do, like say with bicep curls, right? What I like doing at the end of my bicep workout, and I do this with all my workouts to a degree, is I like going back through. So now I got done my bicep workout. The last thing I'm going to do for bicep workout is a pyramid of dumbbell curls. So I like doing them one hand at a time, one arm at a time. I don't like using two hands, because usually one's stronger than the other and one gives out before the other. So that's why I like isolating. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean you have to. You do what you like. This is what I like. But I like isolating. So I'll go through and I'll start at the 5s. I'll do 20 reps at 5. I'll do 18 reps at 10. I'll do 16 reps at 15. Or as many as I can get, right? And I'll keep doing that. I'll keep trying to go down, keep going up 5 pounds, and, keep trying to get the next two, it's like 16 to 14 to 12 to 10, and I'll keep moving up, 20, 25, 30, 35s. And I love doing that at the end of a workout. Why? Because at the end of a workout, when you do that, your muscle, I don't know, for me anyways, if you do it intensely and you do it right, your muscle you can feel it burning. I mean, not that you shouldn't feel that during your whole workout, but this really, really gets it going. And it's just something I love doing. Give it a try. You like it? Awesome. You don't have to do it, right? But you can do it that way, and there's other variations you can throw in there, right? Not everything has to be so black and white. There's all kinds of different ways you can incorporate different things into your workout and do them differently. So like I said, it's not, hey, I'm going to find a workout plan online and follow this, because, cool, that might work for person A, but it doesn't work for person B. Person B does this, but that doesn't work for person C. So, it's a matter of just testing everything out and finding what you like and what works for you. And I did that. That's what I ended up doing. So that's pretty much what brought me from my 110 pounds to my now 155. So one thing I'd like to mention is I did travel for work around this time period. So you're traveling an hour to work, an hour back from work. So there's 2 hours already. And on top of that, you're working 10-hour days. So there's 12 hours gone already. Workout, say 2 hours, give or take, right? So there's 16 hours. Then you're trying to sleep and you're trying to make food and you're in a hotel room. So typically you don't have access to a stove. You get a microwave, which you can still meal prep certain foods regardless, but it is harder, obviously, just having a microwave and not being able to cook on a stove. Trying to get everything in at once, it's exhausting, right? Some people can do it, some people can't do it. But my point being, if you're someone that does travel for work and you know what, you can relate to me, you know what it's like. I'm sure a lot of you out there, even if you're not traveling for work and you're just working a regular job, and maybe you do have a family or a significant other, and between putting the time in for sleep and the time for eating and then your job and the family on top of it, and then you throw in working out, like, it's a lot. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it is a lot. But that's what I was doing at this point too. I was traveling for work, so that was taking up a lot of my time. I was not getting proper sleep. My eating habits were kind of crappy still. I mean, a lot better than where I started. But like I said, eating out of hotel rooms and stuff, it wasn't the best I could do. And my workouts did suffer just because lack of sleep, you know, being drained from work all day. And like I said, lack of sleep again. So there's still room for me, even at this point, even after 9 years of putting on 45 pounds, there's still room for improvement. And this is kind of what brought us to today. There was a transition period in there between then and now. So now I'm 35. It is another 8 years later. But now I'm 195 pounds. Sitting at about 10 to 12% body fat. So I'm still very lean. And I have a lot more size on me. The math is failing me again. So what is that? 40 pounds? 155 to 195, 40 pounds. So I put on another 40 pounds of muscle in the next 8 years. Did I say 8? I said 8, right? Yes. 8 years. So overall, now we've been working out for 17 years. It's been a long time. But we've still been progressing ever since. And like I said, I think a lot of the reason for that is from when I was 27 and 155, like I just described with my job and traveling and everything. Now at this point, I switched jobs. I got a regular 40-hour-a-week job that is a set schedule. So I'm working the same time every day so I can finally get into like a normal routine, which having a routine definitely helps you, right? If you're just willy-nilly about it here, there, it does make things harder. If you have a set routine, this is what you do, I think you'll find it makes life a little easier. But that's up for you. Give it a try. If you don't like the routine, don't do a routine, you know? You do what works best for you. But anyways, so we cut down to 40 hours a week. So now my sleep's improving. I am home every night, so now I can properly meal prep, cook food. So my food intake has definitely improved as far as like the nutrients, the proteins. That was another thing. I definitely was not getting the right amount of protein. Working out as much as I am and trying to grow. Excuse me. I know some people differ on it, but I shoot for the 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And there was no way in heck, you know, I was getting in, 180 grams of protein, 195 grams of protein. I mean, even back in the day, I was not getting 155 grams of protein. But, so that's another thing too, right? My food improved, my sleep improved, my stress went down, and on top of that, I'm getting the proper amount of protein. That is pretty much the difference. I know I kind of sped through the last 8 years there, but that's pretty much what changed from 155 to now. Less stress, more time to sleep, more time to prep, proper protein, harder workouts, and we're still going, right? So what I summarize, and I could be wrong, is back in the day when I was little, 110 pounds, right out of high school, I was not getting the proper nutrients, I was not getting the proper protein, and I just had a shit diet, right? Obviously, I wasn't eating a ton of calories. So if I ate proper back in the day, if I got the calories I needed with the protein I needed and did a little bit of working out, I probably could have grew quite a bit faster. Given what I look like now, obviously my body has the potential, right? Even though what I looked like back at the beginning, I was small and tiny. clearly from where I am now, my body has the potential to be big and muscular. Even though I'm 5'7", right? 200 pounds is a lot for my height. So yeah. 17 years. It's a long friggin' time. I mean, shoot. Would have been nice. I could have found, yeah, got it a little bit quicker, but I got it when I got it, right? And I'm happy. To this day, I think I look amazing. If anything, I think I look too small. I think I need more muscle. I think I need to be leaner. But am I happy with the way I look? Of course I am. I look at my pictures. I think I look amazing. Of course I want more. Always want more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. But you got to be happy with where you're at. So anyways, if anyone has any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Haters, send the hate. And yeah, if you're anyone new working out, or, you know, you're, like I said, hopefully you find this video, it helps out. Hopefully you realize social media, the people on there, they did a great things, but for the average person, you know, look at me, 17 years, I put on a total of 85 pounds. That's a lot of muscle in that amount of time. 2 pounds of muscle in a year is great, right? After your first year, say your newbie gains and all that stuff. So don't put yourself down. If you've been going to the gym for a year and you don't see results, keep going, keep pushing. You know what I mean? Like, you see where I'm at after 9 years. I'm like an average, I say average, right? I love the gym though, right? That's the only difference, is I love the gym, I love going. That's been my drive to keep me going. But, you know, I'm a regular person. I work, I got a family, I got other obligations. My whole time is not dedicated to the gym. I would like it to be, but it's not. So, you know, if you're someone that has a life outside the gym and you just go and moderately work out, here you go, right? 17 years, I never gave up. If I gave up 2 years in, what would I have looked like, right? You saw what I looked like after 9 years. So if I gave up 2 years in, even if I gave up 9 years in and said, oh, this is the best I'm ever going to do, look where I'm sitting today. Because I never gave up. Anyways, guys, yeah, there it is. Like I said, hopefully some of you guys find this video, and you goober. And hopefully some of you guys find this video. Hopefully it helps. I just wanted to share my story, kind of let you go through the process, and yeah, show that it takes time. It takes time and effort and dedication. But as long as you have that, you guys can make things possible too. Get out there, get it done, follow your dreams, and don't give up. See ya.